Hello. How are you? I'm fine. It's Wednesday, and that means that I spent the last 2 days painting. So I have some stuff to show. It's all Deathwatch. All of it. I haven't done anything but Deathwatch this week. Yeah, I wanted to get as much Deathwatch done as I could, so I did. I did that thing. Mostly, I finished one model, and it was a model that I hadn't told you about. I didn't mention it last week, and that's because I've been working on this model for approximately a year, on and off. And that is this fella, my Venerable Dreadnought. Rawr. I'm a Dreadnought. He's finally done. And yeah, I kind of stalled on this guy pretty hard about 9 months ago. Just kind of didn't like him anymore. And on Sunday, I decided to just pick him up, get him done, get him finished. And he is. He is done now. So this is he. This is from a Grey Knight kit. Can't remember which one. These are basically all of the spare purity seals I ever had. Deathwatch kit, normal Deathwatch stuff. He is attached to the Third Watch Company. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Things to note. This old school Power Fist here, Dreadnought close combat weapon, whatever it is. This is perfectly flat here. I had to paint in the knuckle, essentially. I think it's come out quite well. Some attempt at true metallic metal going on. All of the weapon options in the Venerable Dreadnought kit are supported. So I really like this kit because it's so easy to swap weapons out. So that's held on with a magnet, you can see there. And now we have the old las cannons. And with that, we have the old assault cannon. It's classic. So there we go, one Deathwatch Dreadnought, all done. This is pretty much the same basing method I said last week. For that other guy, a little bit of Druchii Violet and Nighthawk's Earthshade to try and make it look like he's dragging grime everywhere with him. Not really sure exactly how it's turned out, but I quite like it. So mostly this guy was painted. There were specific details that needed finishing. This Inquisition symbol needed doing. I repainted this. I repainted a lot of individual bits. Went over with a lot of glazes to try and fix everything up, just get it a bit more neater. Repainted the entire helmet. The eyes were really bad. They're not great now, but they were much worse before. All the exhausts, repainted those. Had to paint this Adeptus Mechanicus seal. Completely stripped and repainted this arm and the Stormbolter, which does come off, but I'm never going to put the Heavy Flame on. Waste of points, in my opinion, on something that hits no 2 up. So yes, that's what I finished. And I mostly finished Mr. Frag Cannon. You know that everything on him is done, with the exception of his backpack, which is sitting here. And that's because I stripped and repainted this because the shells in here kind of ended up all gross, and the left side is still worse than the right side for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but I airbrushed in the metallics, and it's just kind of, oddly lumpy and lost quite a bit of detail during the painting for some reason, but the right side's come out completely fine. Don't know what the deal with that is, but yeah, this guy's just got his backpack to go, but his backpack's surprisingly detailed. Very happy with how his shoulder pad turned out, and also that gem. Looking good. These guys are almost done. Very little left to paint on these guys. Just got to do the shell casings on their little bandoliers there. Finish off the edge highlighting on the gun casings and touch those up a bit. Paint the knife handle back here. And do a finish off the OSL on these green lights up here. And paint the little antennas on the helmet, and then they're done. So very little left to go on the regular watch guys. This guy, same deal. Need to finish off the marksman's honour there. Finish off his gun. Paint his shoulder pad. And I'll paint the light up here as well. But yeah, he's done. He's mostly done. I'm really, really close on all of these. I was hoping I'd get them done for this video, but it's wasn't to be. And this is the guy that we painted for the tutorial that went up the other day, which has been very well received. As you can see, I still haven't done anything on him. I haven't done any recording this week. I was at a wedding on Saturday, and haven't had much time for anything else. Painting-wise, I just wanted to get as much finished as I can so I can call them done and get on with the chosen axes. But I thought I would take this opportunity to show some of the other Deathwatch models that have never shown their face on this channel, such as my guy with Cyclone Missile Launcher. Would you believe that this is Sharpie? It is. It's when I was experimenting with using Sharpie to paint to do the gold, and to be honest, you can't tell. Gold Sharpie is a pretty good metallic colour. I was also experimenting with doing kind of non-metallic metal style highlighting on the black armour. This is the only guy I did this on, so I might just go back and repaint some of the big flat areas. I think it's pretty much just this leg and the side. I don't know what those are called, these bits. Oh, and his butt plate that is actually noticeable on, so it's not a big deal to repaint that. And this guy, my first Deathwatch model I ever painted in this new batch, my Terminator Captain. I'm going to repaint this sword. Not a fan of how it's turned out. Took me about a dozen attempts to get that tabard looking right. I also have been experimenting a lot with painting the gold bits on my Corvus Blackstar. This has been sitting around since it came out, half assembled and half painted. I'm going to be going over all this again. I decided to airbrush on all the gold, wash it, and then I'm going to dry brush it later, and then that's all the really dirty stuff done. I'm just going to mask that off, airbrush on some Deathwatch Black, do a couple of highlights with the airbrush, and then it's about 3 to 4 hours worth of edge highlighting, I guess, on this thing. It's going to be an immense amount of edge highlighting on one of these. And yeah, that's mostly just some playing around and experiment while I had some gold in the airbrush. And that's it. It doesn't look like a lot. Captain Badrook is still exactly the same. Chosen Axe is still exactly the same as the last video. And yeah, that's it. Once I've got this squad of Deathwatch done, I'm not necessarily going to finish the Corvus Blackstar anytime soon, but I'm going to get this squad done, and then put Deathwatch away for a bit, get the Chosen Axes done, get Spikeclaw's Swarm done, not necessarily in this order, but Chosen Axes are definitely next. And then I've got some Imperial Guard that I need to paint up so that I can sell the army. because I've got a 2,000 points Imperial Guard army sitting in my display cabinet that I just don't use at all. And I need to sell it to make room, because it's taking up an entire shelf in there. But it's got like 3 Armoured Sentinels and 3 Chimeras to paint. And it's all in winter camo, so I'm going to do a video on painting winter camo using some AK Interactive paints and an airbrush. And you'll also get to see my nice autocannon Chimera conversions. They're just Predator turrets on a Chimera. Don't tell anyone. But yeah, once that entire army is done, I'm going to sell it to make room, move the Deathwatch up there, or maybe move the Orcs down inside the case because they're currently covered in dust on top of the case. But once that's done, Spikeclaw Swarm, definitely on the list. I might not paint Magor's Fiends or the Fast Riders. The reason being that I don't like Magor's Fiends as models. I might paint the Fleshhound and do a video on painting the Fleshhound, but the rest of the guys is just kind of follow the tutorial for the Blood Reavers, or whatever they're called, for their armor sections and just do the entire model that way. They're kind of boring, to be honest. And the Fast Riders are more Stormcasts, and I would want to paint them the same way that I painted my last set of Stormcasts in the Sigmarite Brotherhood, in the white and purple. But that means it would be a boring video, because you'd be seeing exactly the same thing again. If you want to know how to paint those in that colour scheme, then go ahead and watch that video. It's the same principles, just in a different model. So I might not do any tutorials on painting those, because I don't want to paint them in a different colour scheme, because I like all my stuff to match. But maybe I will. Also, to be honest, if you're just going to paint Stormcasts in gold, I've got a Custodes video that you can watch, and will tell you exactly how to do that. It would be the exact same method, I wouldn't change it, for painting a guy that is wearing gold armour. So, yeah. I'm looking at getting back into the Necromunda stuff, but to be honest, I've kind of fallen so far behind on the releases for Necromunda, I don't know if I'll ever catch up. And I'm much more interested in getting an Age of Sigmar army ready for this second edition, and getting my Deathwatch actually up to the state of being an army. Although, to be fair, I need to paint like 20 more models, then I've got 2,000 points. They're so expensive in points. And that's it. It's going to be work in progress Wednesdays from now on, because A, it alliterates, and 2, my weekend is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, which is when I do most of my painting, so it just makes more sense to put these videos up on a Wednesday when I've finished all my paintings. Otherwise I'm sitting there, and on Monday and Tuesday I'm like, oh, I need to do a video, but I'm painting the things. I want to get the things finished in order to do the video, so that I can show that I've made progress and completed something, because the internet will judge me if I don't. I'm sure you wouldn't, but that's, brains are stupid. They make up stupid insecurities. So, work in progress Wednesdays. These are going to go up probably last thing on a Wednesday night. When I'm finishing work, waiting for compile, whatever. And that's it. So, this guy, he says hello. He says, how do? I am a Dreadnought, and this is my gun. It goes rap, like in that Dawn of War intro from 2000 and something. Bye bye.